Damilola, Kiki Owo Oluwafisayomi, Afe Adekemi. I expect the way I'm mentioning the names, you should celebrate them. We have Bankole Gloria, we have Osare Opemipo, we have Ali Jalaila Adeyinka, we have Ayonju Nikawo Kashope Olua Paradise. We have Ajanaku Musumola Etu Jacinta Ola Jiton Timileyin David Osab Nyobi Temiloluwa Shike Goodness Ajimoda Goodness Dagunduo Favor Iba Ifeanyi Ruth Kolawole Akindotun Richard and Akinleye. Please, another round of applause for these wonderful inductees. They will be the very, very first set to be inducted in Achievers University. This is exactly how nursing science was inducted 5 years ago in this same auditorium. This is a land-breaking event and it is memorable in Achievers University. Inductees, please march onto your seat. Please celebrate them as they approach their seats. Are they not looking beautiful and gorgeous? And some practitioners of the public health. Wonderful.
Ene bara mani chukuru arere je o owo ma sorire o owo sorire o awa ma sorire o ajori dogba wonu ka wo sorire eroye ma wo ọgọ́ máa gbé gbáròkè o. Achievers University mẹ́la ní ọba mi. Ọgọ́ sóríire òní o. Ọgọ́ sóríire òní o. Èdè wá sóríire ni o, abára wa yọ. Ọgọ́ sóríire wà mí o.
Special regards to the cultural troupe from Achievers University.
Ọmọ lóore tèmi wèrè o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ṣẹ̀gẹ̀ṣẹ̀ o, ṣẹ̀gẹ̀ṣẹ̀. Ọmọ lóore wèrè o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ọmọ lóore tèmi o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ọmọ ló gbọ́rọ̀ kọ̀ọ̀rẹ́ kúrú mẹ́yìn o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Òkì mi gbọ́rọ̀ kọ̀ agbára gbọ́rọ̀ kò wọ́n wọ́ra.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Honorable Ayọ̀rìndé o, mo mà kíyẹn.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Wè má pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́ ní wa o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Honorable Ayọ̀rìndé o, owó ṣe yí rọ̀ o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ọwọ́ ìwé ṣeré o, Honorable.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ṣẹ̀gẹ̀ṣẹ̀.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ọ̀nà lóore wè mẹ́rẹ̀ o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ọmọ lóore tèmi o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ọmọ lóore tèmi o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ọmọ lóore tèmi o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀. Ọwọ́ tíjà.
Ọmọ lóore tèmi o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ọmọ lóore tèmi o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ọmọ lóore wè mẹ́rẹ̀ o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀. Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ọkọ̀ Adéjọkẹ́ ọmọ wọn ní Sùwádà.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Bọ́dà Ayọ̀rìndé ní kíyẹn gẹ́dẹ́ yẹn ń kúrò.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Bàmádé nẹ́gà wè má ṣeré o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Wè má pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́ ń wá.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Wè má àmà ìsọlọ́gbà ó bà mí ṣeré.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Wo bí dọ́kítọ̀ wo bí pòfẹ́sọ̀.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ẹlẹ́bàárà máa ní ṣùkúrú àrèrè jẹ́.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ọmọ lóore tèmi.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ọmọ lóore tèmi o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀.
Ọmọ lóore tèmi o.
Ayọ̀rìndé lálá.
Ọmọ lóore tèmi o.
Jẹ̀gẹ̀jẹ̀ o, lámùkọ̀rọ̀. Lóore tèmi. Ayọ̀rìndé lálá lùlù rẹ̀ ó kórè wọ̀rọ̀ o. Ayọ̀rìndé lálá lùlù rẹ̀ ó kórè wọ̀rọ̀. Ayọ̀rìndé lálá lùlù rẹ̀ ó kórè wọ̀rọ̀. Ayọ̀rìndé lálá lùlù rẹ̀ ó kórè wọ̀rọ̀ o.
Ayọ̀rìndé lálá lùlù rẹ̀ ó kórè wọ̀rọ̀.
Ayọ̀rìndé lálá lùlù rẹ̀ ó kórè wọ̀rọ̀ o.
Ayọ̀rìndé lálá lùlù rẹ̀ ó kórè wọ̀rọ̀.
Ọmọ ní ìgbòròkò àdágún yọyọ ó kórè wọ̀rọ̀. Ayọ̀rìndé lálá lùlù rẹ̀ ó kórè wọ̀rọ̀ o. Ní Ayọ̀rìndé lálá lùlù rẹ̀ ó kórè wọ̀rọ̀ o. Oche ngeru o ma di che ngo ma be o kórè wọ̀rọ̀ o. ayọ̀rìndé lálá lúlú rẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ayọ̀rìndé lálá lúlú rẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ọmọlúgbòrò oko abẹ́yàgò okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ayọ̀rìndé lálá lúlú rẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ayọ̀rìndé lálá lúlú rẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ayọ̀rìndé lálá lúlú rẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ọmọlúgbòrò oko adágún yọ̀yọ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ayọ̀rìndé lálá lúlú rẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ikọ́ máa fọkàn ṣáàdì bẹ́ẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ayọ̀rìndé lálá lúlú rẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ní ayọ̀rìndé lálá lúlú rẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ayọ̀rìndé lálá lúlú rẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ọmọ àrídé lálá lúlú rẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ayọ̀rìndé lálá lúlú rẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ayọ̀rìndé lálá lúlú rẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́.
ayọ̀rìndé lálá lúlú rẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ó ṣe ń ẹrú ó máa di ṣe ń máa bẹ́ẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o.
ayọ̀rìndé lálá lúlú rẹ̀ okòrè wọ́rọ́ o. adágún yọ̀yọ̀ òye okòrè wọ́rọ́ o. àmì ayọ̀rìndé lálá lúlú rẹ̀ okòrè. ọmọ alúgbòròkò adágún yọ̀yọ̀ òde o bàmí òjèrè. ṣìfàdénẹ́gà mo máa kẹ́kẹ́kẹ́kẹ́ ọba mi ò wá pẹ́ ní wá. èèwọ̀ bí dókítà wojú bí pòfẹ́sọ̀ kú oríire ọba mi. ọmọ yorùbá kékeré lọ́wọ́ ọba mi òwe máa kó wọn sípò. ẹ bá mi ṣọpẹ́ Ẹlẹ́dùmarè okòrè wá sọ̀rọ̀ o. èròyé má mọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ máa yá mọ̀rọ̀ ìmọ̀rọ̀ okòrè wá sọ̀rọ̀ o. ẹ̀gúnlé yàwòrán.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are welcome to the first induction ceremony of the Public Health Sciences Faculty of Applied Health Sciences. This one has been properly and wonderfully groomed for the outside world. While we await the procession of the Vice Chancellor, I would like to inform the parents here seated that currently Achievers University is running free tuition in some courses. And the courses includes guidance and counseling, library and information science, biology education, chemistry education, civil and environmental engineering, remote sensing and geoscience information system, plant science and biotechnology, sociology, procurement management, banking and finance, economics, and health information management. Alongside, the Council of Achievers University has deemed it fit to give to give scholarship of 65% to 90% in some other courses. They are directly behind this brochure or program rather. Courses like public health, electrical and electronics engineering, computer engineering, mechatronics engineering, mechanical engineering, biomedical engineering, microbiology, industrial chemistry, biochemistry, geology, computer science, accounting, business administration, mass communication, political science, international relations, public administration, criminology and security studies, human anatomy, and human physiology.
Àṣìbà mẹ́là ní ọ̀rọ̀ ìmọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yà gúnlé yàwó àṣìbà dáná everyday. Wọ́n yà sọ àṣìbà dígí araba iná gẹ́gẹ́ yunifásitì yẹn ní Nàìjíríà o. Èdùmàrè tẹ̀yìn àdẹ́ṣe ò bá mi. Ayọ̀rìndé nánà olúrẹ̀ okòrè yá sọ̀rọ̀. Àìmọye ọmọ ọ̀yọ́ náà ojú yìí ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ àgbẹ̀hùn tùkà yá sọ̀rọ̀. Àmàbára ayọ̀ ni o, Ayọ̀rìndé owó rà tí ń lé o. Ṣeré o, Honorable Ayọ̀rìndé o, wo gbóre wọ̀rọ̀. Ayọ̀rìndé nánà ìlú rẹ̀ okòrè yá sọ̀rọ̀ o. Ayọ̀rìndé nánà ìlú rẹ̀ okòrè yá sọ̀rọ̀.
We sincerely want to apologize for the little delay in the commencement of this program. It is going to commence very, very soon.
Gẹ́gẹ́ yóò patronize àṣìbà o ẹ̀yárí kàṣe. Ẹ̀wẹ̀ nàbí ọmọ yóò rábà wá ṣàṣìbà mo kí n ẹ̀ kú oríire. Oṣù ọmọdúnlá nílé jẹ́ o yẹmi ò parẹ́. Okòrè wá sọ̀rọ̀. Ayọ̀rìndé nánà okòrè yá sọ̀rọ̀. Ayọ̀rìndé nánà okòrè yá sọ̀rọ̀.
Please shall we rise as the procession of the Vice Chancellor comes into the auditorium. Shall we all be on our feet, please? The procession is led by members of the faculty.
Ṣoríire ni o, ọmọ àwọn ṣoríire. Ayọ̀rìndé nánà ìlú rẹ̀ okòrè wọ̀rọ̀ bà mí. Wíì àbájá o, Honorable Ayọ̀rìndé owó ṣèyí níwá o. Ayọ̀rìndé nánà ìlú rẹ̀ okòrè yá sọ̀rọ̀. Mo rólúwa mi o, èrè mẹ́sẹ̀ wọ̀wọ̀ olúwa mo wọ̀gà o, ẹ wò tán.
Please celebrate the procession of the Vice Chancellor as they enter the auditorium. The principal officers' procession will be led by the Acting University Librarian.
sọ̀rọ̀ o. Ayọ̀rìndé lálá òhùlù rẹ̀ okòrè yá sọ̀rọ̀. Pọfẹ́sọ̀ ìrìnyọ̀yẹ̀ ọmọlálá o wò mà kú oríire onígbèmí. Akẹ́rẹ́ wa fún oríire o àwa ṣe oríire òní o.
Daddies and mummies, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to the first induction ceremony of the Public Health Science. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we all be on our feet as we sing the national anthem? The best university anthem. The Public Health Anthem. Three, two, go. A round of applause for Public Health. Thank you very much. We may have our seat. May I call on Dr. CEO Atimo to please give us the opening prayer.
Let us stand up for prayer. Wonderful God, we thank you for this moment. We thank you for every good things you have been doing in these institutions. We thank you for these days. We thank you for our students. We thank you for the graduating students. We thank you for the management of this university. Accept our thanks in the name of Jesus. We commit every activities of today unto your holy hand, Lord, to control. We commit all our visitors, our guest lecturers unto your holy hand. Almighty everlasting God, empower them, Lord. As this, our students, the graduates, are going into this society, oh Lord, empower them, be with them, lay your hand upon them, and let only your glory, God of mercy, be manifested in their life in the name of Jesus. We thank you because of answer us. For in Jesus' mighty name we pray.
A round of applause for Dr. Atimo. Thank you very much, sir. Quickly, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great joy to introduce to you the Chief Executive Officer of this wonderful institution, the Vice Chancellor, the person of Professor Omolola Irinyoye. The Deputy Vice Chancellor of this great university is Professor A. Oyesoji Aremo. With us also, we have the Registrar, the person of Reverend Canon S.B. Oladimeji. The University Librarian, Bossa is in our midst, in person of Mrs. O.R. Ayodeji. The University Librarian, a person of Mrs. D.C. Oboye Oriogo. Of course, we have the host dean, the Dean, Faculty of Applied Health Sciences, a person of Professor A.O. Azan. We have the presence of the Dean, School of Postgraduate Studies, a person of Professor A.O. Daniels. In our midst today, we have the presence of the host head of the department, in person of Dr. Mrs. Ajoke Akinola. We have also the presence of the Dean, Faculty of Nursing Sciences, Professor S.K. Olubiyi. We have the presence of Dr. Demanda prayed for us, Dr. G.C. Atimo. As the program commences, we would complete the rest of the introduction. And also, the guest speaker for today is Dr. Isaac Olugbenga Aladeniyi. Apologies. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, permit me to invite to this podium before we proceed, we have the presence apologies, sir. We have the presence of the Registrar, African Institute of Public Health Practitioners in our midst. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it all for Dr. Ayodele Bankole James. You're welcome, sir. I'm very, very sure if the registrar is not represented here today, I don't think an induction will take place. Please, another round of applause for the registrar. Moving on, may I invite the head of Department of Public Health, to give a welcome speech. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. A. Akinola. Keep clapping, she should get here.
Thank you so much. All glory to God Almighty for this day that He has made, and we are rejoicing and we are glad in it. Good morning to everybody in this hall. All protocols duly observed. We want to thank this great God for where He's bringing us from, where we are, and where He's taking us to. I humbly welcome everyone to this maiden Public Health Students Induction Ceremony. I use this opportunity to thank our pioneer and the leader of this great institution, Honorable Pro-Chancellor Sir Dr. Bode Ayorinde. If you are clapping, clap very well. Oh yes. He has supported us immensely. We are so proud to have a father like you. We are indeed very grateful towards our Vice Chancellor, Professor Omolola Erinoye. Ma'am. Clap very well. Oh yes. Who has ensured that students get the best of the best in their academic journey for their future, which is what we are all experiencing right now. I'm sure that these graduates will never disappoint you, ma, but to make you proud, as you will begin to hear about their success and achievements nationally and internationally. A round of applause for our VC ma'am. They are extremely happy when the university approved this induction ceremony for them. We also appreciate our own dean, Professor A.O. Hassan, who stood by us and ensured that everything went well. You are welcome, sir. More specifically, we also welcome a guest of honor, an induction speaker, Dr. Isaac Olugbenga Aladeniyi, MBBS, MPH, and PhD. The Director, Department of Family Health, Ministry of Health, Ondo State, who greatly honored our invitation to be here for the students. May God Almighty honor you, sir. You are welcome. We appreciate and thank the Registrar, African Institute of Public Health Professionals, AIPHP, all the way from Abuja, Dr. Ayodele B. James, a man of timber and caliber, who is here to welcome the students into the profession. We sincerely appreciate your presence. We welcome the Deputy Vice Chancellor, the Registrar, Bursar, University Librarian, the Provost, Deans, HODs, colleagues, teaching and non-teaching staff, the students, esteemed family members, and friends for being here to encourage and support this great maiden event. Good things will never elude us all in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. We wish you all a pleasant day as the best is yet to come. Thank you so much.
Please, if you are joining those hands together, jam them together properly for the head of the Department of Public Health. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said earlier, as the program commences, we would continue to introduce our people here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the presence of the Provost, College of Medicine at Chivas University, the person of Professor J.I. Fatukasi. We have from the college members, we have Dr. Akintoye Famakinde. Also, we have the presence of Dr. Oluwagbemi Ebon. And in our midst also, we have a very, very good father who has been with us at almost all the inductions that has been done in Achievers this year. We have the presence of the chairman, Friends of Achievers, the person of Chief SS Adenego. You're welcome, sir. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the lecture for this induction, to read the citation of the guest lecturer, a round of applause as he comes forward, Dr. Oluwagbemi Ebon.
It is my pleasure to welcome our distinguished guest, Speaker Dr. Isaac Olubenga Aladeniyi, to the podium as we celebrate the maiden induction and oath-taking ceremony, first of its kind, of public health program here at Achievers University. Please, as you step forward, you remain standing to receive your citations. His educational background: he's attended Induction Primary School right in our here, and went to secondary school, Command School at Lagos, 1989. Dr. Olubenga Adeniyi went to University of Ilorin College of Medicine, Nigeria, where he obtained bachelor degree in medicine and bachelor degree in surgery in December 1999. He went to the University of Ibadan, Nigeria, June 2014 for his master's in public health, field of epidemiology, where he backed his education with PhD epidemiology in University of Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria, 1923. His professional and personal development: he obtained many certificates: certificate efficiency and productivity in the workplace for effective service delivery, Big Term Consultancy Services Limited, Ibadan, Nigeria, September 2021. Certificate proposal writing as a consultancy skill, Institute of Public Health, University Hospital, Germany, April 2021. Certificate Global Health Project Management Program, University of Washington, Washington, D.C., U.S., and at Ibadan Business School, Ibadan, Nigeria, October 2019. Certificate Manuscript Writing Workshop, University of Malawi, College of Medicine, Malawi, August 2018. Certificate Postgraduate Supervision Workshop, University of Malawi, College of Medicine, Malawi, July 2018. Certificate Scientific Writing and Authorship Skills Workshop, Information Training and Outreach Center for Africa, Itoka, Nigeria, July 2017. Certificate Advanced Epidemiological Analysis London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, London, UK, September 2016. Certificate Project Management Program, Ibadan Business School, Ibadan, Nigeria, May 2016. Certificate Improving of Quality of Healthcare Service, Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, Boston, USA, October 2015. Certificate Financing Healthcare, Institute of Public Health, Heidelberg, Germany, April 2015. Certificate of Merit, Advanced Performance Based Financing, China, Health International, Mombasa, Kenya, December 2014. Certificate Analysis of Report Writing on Nigeria State Health Investment Project, Impact Evaluation Baseline Data, University of South Carolina, USA, July 2014. Certificate Intensive Course on Epidemiology and Medical Statistics, London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, UK, July 2013. Certificate of Merit, Performance-Based Financing, China Health International, Enugu, Nigeria, June 2011. Certificate Human Subject Protection, West African Biotics, February 2010. Certificate Rebranding as Weapon to Create New Virtues in Workers' Attitude in Private and Public Organizations, Big Team Resource Consultancy, University of Ibadan, December 2019. Work experience. Dr. Isaac Adeyemi Adeniyi Olugbenga has actually worked in various places. He is the current Director, Department of Family Health, Ministry of Health, Ondo State, July 2020 to date. Senior Lecturer, University of Medical Sciences, Ondo State, September 2023 to date. Adjunct Lecturer, University of Medical Sciences, Ondo State, October 2022 to September 2023. He was formerly the Deputy Director, Department of Planning, Research and Statistics, Ministry of Health, Ondo State, April 2017, January 2020. Acting Director, Department of Planning, Research and Statistics, Ministry of Health, Ondo State, December 2014 to April 2017. He was a course director, Ondo State Primary Healthcare Development Board, Performance-Based Financing, Internship Course, World Bank Supported Program, June 2014. Project Coordinator, Nigerian State Health Investment Project, Performance-Based Financing, Project Implementation Unit, World Bank Supported, September 2011 to June 2015. Project Coordinator, Abiye Safe Motherhood Project, June 2012 to 2012. Deputy Director, Planning, Research and Statistics, Ondo State Ministry of Health, June 2009 to December 2014. Medical Director, General Hospital Idare, Ondo State, Nigeria, April 2009 to June 2009. Deputy Chief, Ondo State Government House Clinic, February 2009 to April 2009. Medical Officer and Head of Peer Review Committee, Ondo State Specialty Hospital, Akure, Nigeria, January 2008 and to 2009. Professional affiliations and membership. Dr. Isaac Olugbenga Aladeniyi is a member of Nigerian Medical and Dental Council, Nigeria, a member of Nigerian Medical Association, a member of National Association of Government General Medical and Dental Practitioners, member of Association of Public Health Physicians of Nigeria, member of Association of Medical Officers of Health of Nigeria, International Epidemiological Association, USA, National Team of Performance-Based Finance in Nigeria. Publications. To his credit, Dr. Isaac Olugbenga Oladeniyi has published 8 scholarly articles in a reputable both local and international journals. Marital status: happily married with 4 children. Hobbies: playing chess and watching cartoons. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Isaac Olugbenga Oladeniyi as they take the podium to address us.
Thank you very much. The Pro-Chancellor in absentia, Dr. Bode Ayorinde, the Vice-Chancellor of Achieva University, Professor Molola Irinoye. Yes. Okay, so I also wish to acknowledge Professor Hassan, the Dean of the Faculty of Allied Science, Health Sciences, and the Acting HOD of the Department of Public Health, Dr. Mrs. Ajoke Akinola. I wish to also recognize all the principal officers of the university and also to thank them for giving me this opportunity to be here. I want to thank my big brother too, who is here, Professor Fatu Kasi. You know, when the thunder strikes, everything in the bush or in the forest, we keep silent. So when he said, Isaac, you have to be here, I said, yes, sir. So thank you very much, sir, for this opportunity. I think that the topic that I've been asked to talk about today is very apt. And I say it's very apt because considering the challenges of our time in Nigeria and all that is happening, not just to the health sector, but to every other aspect of our nation, I think that this topic is very apt at this time. I also think that it is also very apt because for our new graduates, whom I wish to congratulate much more today, I think it is apt for you because it's going to give you a window into what you are likely to see or what you are likely to meet as you go out there. And also to help you make decisions on how you are going to function as you go out there within the health system of Nigeria. On this note, I would want to look at the topic that has been given to me. I have 20 minutes, so I'll be very fast. To look at 3 areas that I think that will be informative for us at this occasion. And the first is to look at the health status, or the health system structure itself and how we produce health. And number 2 is to look at our current status in Nigeria and the burden of disease in the country. And then finally to look at the future of health system in Nigeria in the light of our current national health strategy, how we intend to move forward. And also to look at how you, as an individual that is living the 4 walls of the institution today, to see how you fit into this system. And then I will conclude. So first, when I was given this topic, I actually had to think about 3 key words that I feel that we should note as we take this lecture, and will also help you to understand my perspective of my discussion. And one is the word resilience. And I took the meaning of resilience from the A to Z dictionary that talks about the physical property of a material that can return to its original shape or position after a deformation or distortion. and at, that does not exceed its elastic limit. Well, yes. But I also crafted health resilience now to mean that the capacity and the capability of the health system to withstand the disruption. And disruption here could be political, could be social, could be epidemiological, and could be economical. But ability to withstand all of this distress within the sector and with limited capacity or with limited disruption or impact on the overall health and well-being of our population. I also looked at the word public health. And for me, in my discussion, I'm looking at public health from the perspective of, from the definition of Charles Emory Wilson, Sir Charles Emory Wilson. Emory Wilson was the founder of Yale School of Public Health in the US, and he was a bacteriologist and a foremost public health expert. And he defined public health as the science and art of preventing diseases, prolonging life, and promoting health through organized efforts of the society. And then I look at the word health reform also, which is described, by Russell as the sustained purposeful change to improve the efficiency, equity, and effectiveness of the health sector. That definition is actually a synergy, a synthesis of the definition of health reform by the World Health Organization and from the definition given by the Harvard School of Public Health. And for me, I look at it as shaping looked at it as a sustained and purposeful change to health system to achieve optimal quality of life, not just for our people, but also for the environment. So, in the light of this, I look at shaping the health system or shaping a resilient health system from the perspective of where we were coming from, what has happened in the past, and what is happening now. Interestingly, we have had several health reforms in Nigeria, and all of the health reforms, I actually picked out 7 of which I felt were a little more impactful all through our years. Starting from 1946, the Walter Hackney's 10-year development plan for health, and at that particular time, the Federal Ministry of Health was formed, was established, and so was the University College Hospital was established to be able to produce highly skilled manpower for the health system. Don't forget that in 1929, there was an outbreak of the Black Plague, the bubonic plague in Lagos, that was effectively managed, anyway, but of course, the fatality or the case fatality outcome for bubonic plague. At that particular time, of course, medicine had advanced a little bit, but yet it was a big shock to our entire system. And people like Dr. Oluwole, Dr. Isaac Oluwole, Oladapo Oluwole, had to come in, and at that time he became the medical officer of health for the Lagos province and subsequently for the country, and is noted as being the father of public health in Nigeria. Now, all of this took place to be able to strengthen and reshape the health system, to be able to respond appropriately to outbreaks and respond to stress within the system. Unfortunately, with McPherson Constitution, the implementation of the 1946 10-year development plan was abruptly truncated. And all of these reforms went on the 70 to 74, 1975 to 1980, which is also very fundamental. The 1975 to 1980 reform focused essentially on preventive care, and that was when we started the Basic Health Services Scheme. And this focused on preventive health specifically, and that was when the School of Health Technologies were established in the country to provide middle-level manpower for the health system and to make sure that we are able to reach those that are underserved in our society. So establishment and the tiering of the primary health care system to health posts, dispensary, basic clinics, and then the basic health centers. That was when it was established at that particular time. And subsequent reform came until this last one that was initiated last year in 2023, which is the Nigerian Health Sector Renewal Investment Program. However, in all of this, challenges still remain. There were problems that still limited the capacity of the health system to be able to respond appropriately, to be able to respond efficiently to the entire need of the population. And some of these problems, of course, there are many, but I categorize them into 4. One is the fragmentation of authority. Fragmentation of authority between governments, the state, the federal government, the state, and the local government, as to who handles what in the health sector. So you have verticalization of decision, verticalization of program, verticalization of funding, and all of these create the distortion that we have in the health system and limited the capacity of the health system to be able to respond appropriately to the needs of the people. Another one is political and institutional problems or challenges. Of course, we know with changes of government policy change, give different political party with different agenda. Another one is human resource for health, the JACPA syndrome that we are experiencing now. And there has never been any time when our human resource for health had been adequate in Nigeria. Unfortunately, a lot of time when we intervene, they are just reactionary and not intended to actually address our challenges. And that is the reason why this problem is still very present. Also, the 4th one, which is the final one here, is the poor health financing for health. Nigeria stands as the 2nd nation in the world with the highest out-of-pocket expenditure, driving a lot of our people into financial catastrophe anytime they fall ill. Unfortunately, when we talk about vulnerable, everybody is vulnerable, almost everybody is vulnerable, even those who are in the middle class. Because if an individual has prostate cancer or has, maybe one cancer or the other, pancreatic cancer, sir, if you have to access care, you almost spend all your life savings and everything that you have. Unfortunately, to access that quality of care in Nigeria is also limited. And so by the time you spend all of the fortune, the person comes into poverty because other factors that is supposed to help the individual to enjoy maximal or optimal health and life is compromised by reason of his expenditure on health. However, the World Health Organization has told us about the 7 building blocks of the health system. Our health system must function and recognize these 7 blocks. These 7 blocks must work together in synergy, must work effectively, must work efficiently, must work equitably, and in such a way as to improve the health system. Not just improving the health system and being responsible to the health system, but must also provide a social safety net or social safety platform for people to be able to achieve good health with minimal social and financial catastrophe. This health system must be built around the people, and it's very essential that it must be built around people. The Alma Mater Declaration in 1978 makes this clear. For us to be able to achieve health for all, the community must drive, individuals and community must drive health as a stakeholder and not just as stakeholder, but as shareholder. Because there's a difference between being a stakeholder and being a shareholder. A shareholder is not an ordinary stakeholder. He has an investment and he has an interest. He's passionate because he wants to gain, he wants to make profit from the system. So, Alma Mater Declaration emphasizes this, that the community must be concerned about their health, they must be participants in the decision about their own health. And not just that they are part of the decision-making process in their own health, they must also participate at a cost. They must be able to sustain that health, that they must be able to sustain primary health at their own level, at a cost that they themselves can sustain. So they must be able to sustain health for themselves, decide for themselves, make that choice for themselves, finance health for themselves at an affordable cost with appropriate technology that is contextually relevant to the community, to the people, and that they are able to sustain this through self-reliance and self-determination. Then also, we must know that production of health goes beyond the health system. It is not just the health system that produces health. And several research have also provided evidence of this. There are several evidence about this, that production of health goes beyond the health system alone. There are non-medical factors that contribute to health. And very importantly, the WHO in one of the reports identified social determinants as being responsible for more than between 30 and 55% of health outcomes. So your health is determined by some socioeconomic situations, by some social determinants. And these social determinants are the creation of man. So what we are saying is that man is responsible largely for his own health. What we have created, by reason of the activity of man, we have created inequalities in health and inequalities in some other areas of our living, our activities. So you look at structural issues, for example, the economy. We have structured our society socially. So you have people who are poor, you have people who are rich, like socioeconomic gradations. You have people who are very poor, some people who are middle class, some people who are very poor. Already by this creation of man, you have created inequality in access and affordability to health. So your outcome of your health is dependent on the socio-economic class that you belong to. Socio-political classification also is part of it. So your class, where you belong to, your socio-political belong, determines how much of health and the access to health, that you get. And so on and so forth. But I will not leave this slide before I talk about one other important factor that I think is very critical. Adler and Nancy in 2001 in the US said that 60% of our health, individual health, is determined by the behavior of that individual. People smoke, intentionally smoke, even when they know that smoking is dangerous to their health. People eat unhealthy foods, even when they know that they will be harmed by that food. So a lot of people keep unhygienic lifestyle, yet they know the impact of that even upon their health. So Adler said, look, 60% of all of the health outcome that we suffer is actually due to our lifestyle and our health-seeking behavior. And I do agree with this individual, because if you look at all of our this, if you take away that 60%, you probably solve more than 60% of the problem that is attributable to health, to our health outcomes. And also, Socrates supported this by telling us that all of the activities, no matter how beautiful the policy, no matter how beautiful the health system is, the individual and the community are major determinants of health outcome. So, what is the current status of health in Nigeria? If we have seen the past and we see how we produce health, then what is the burden of health? What is the current health status in Nigeria, and what are the burden of diseases? It will surprise you to know that based on the Mo Abraham Index of African Governance report of 2022, Nigeria is number 43 out of 54. I tried checking the reports of Mo Ibrahim this morning before coming here to see if the new one had been released. And the new one actually had been released. Nigeria is 46 out of 54, ranks 46 out of 54 in health system performance. Health system performance generally as per governance and all of the other availability in terms of access to healthcare, access to water and sanitation, control of communicable and non-communicable disease, for child and maternal health, for compliance with international health regulation. Nigeria, as at this morning, is 46th. Unfortunately, we are 13th in West Africa, and we are 15 when it comes to maternal and child health status in West Africa. So we are the one taking first from behind. Now, when you look at some of the data that we have, the NDHS, that's the National Demographic Health Survey, which is one of the most prolific, one of the most important health surveys across all nations that helps us to be able to compare our performances across nations. You look at what we have here in child health. Vaccination. Over the last 33 years, Nigeria has just been able to improve by 10% in full vaccination, in number of children that are vaccinated. Only 39%, from 29 to 39% in the last 33 years. And then when you look at child mortality, Nigeria has not moved from where it was in 1990 rather. We were 42 deaths per 1,000. And in 2023, we are 41. We still experience 41 deaths of newborn per 1,000. That means we have not done anything. And yet, with all the humongous amount of fund that is going into the health sector, running into trillions of naira, irrespective of where they were coming from, whether from government budget or from development partners and all other NGOs, all of this investment put together means that we have not been able to move from where we are. This is very pathetic. And don't forget that neonatal mortality contributes 36% to overall mortality, of any child from age 0 to less than 5 years. So anything less than 5 years, under 5 children, all of the mortality that takes place, the event that occurs at death, neonatal death, perinatal death, are responsible for 36% of the death. And yet, Nigeria has not changed. And you look at the distribution of this death, majority of them occurs in the northwest and northeast. And yet, we have expended so much money. You have the Northeast Development Commission. You have so much investment in the Northeast. And yet, the greater proportion of mortality is still coming from there. Now you look at also maternal mortality. The same thing. Nigeria is the 3rd nation with the worst mortality in Africa and number 4 in the whole world. Unfortunately, we are actually competing with nations that are experiencing political, socio-political turmoils and conflicts. And that again tells you what is happening within our system and what you are coming to meet and the problem you are coming to solve. You look at TB. If you go to TB, it will interest you to know that yearly in 2002, 360,000 cases of new TB infection were discovered and reported in Nigeria. Unfortunately, this morning I was reading that it's now 468,000 new tuberculosis cases in Nigeria, making us number 1 in the whole world, where you have tuberculosis cases. And out of this, 131,400 die every year from, tuberculosis. Now look at malaria. Nigeria experiences 63 million cases per annum and 194,000 deaths. Now, out of this 194,000 deaths, 155,400 of these deaths occur among children that are under 5. What about HIV? It will interest you to know that more than 141,000 people get HIV infection as new infection on a yearly basis. And out of all of those who have HIV, people living with HIV/AIDS, 75,000 of them are lost, average of 75,000 are lost every year. Thank you, sir. Unfortunately, we are spending so much money, but the money is not coming out. And the problem, we don't know. However, when you look at what we are spending, and you look at where we are spending the money, more than 80%, more than 60 to 80% of the fund we spend is actually on recurrent expenditure. And so there's really nothing that we are spending to develop service delivery and human development. What is the future of health system in Nigeria in the light of the current strategy? In 2023, the Federal Ministry of Health came out with a new strategy, which is supposed to be the new trajectory for the health reform in Nigeria. And they hope that they will be able to increase or improve, save more life, also provide safety nets for the population. And they intend to do this using 4 pillars of strategic interventions, and then 3 enablers to support. One is effective governance. And in the effective governance, they intend to strengthen oversight and strengthen coordination. Under efficient and equitable and quantitative health system, they intend to drive health promotion much, much better this time around, and then strengthen prevention through PAC and improve the quality of service delivery across all of the facilities that are providing health. One important thing that I think is new in what they are doing this time around is creating a value chain for the health system. Now, making health to become economically relevant in Nigeria and in the health system. So, perchance, if the health system creates a value chain and creates an economy around itself, maybe we'll begin to become, we begin to get the kind of visibility that is necessary for us to be able to improve the overall health system of the country. Health security is also one of the things that they are going to focus on. And health security, because this is also very critical and very important. Ebola has taught us a lesson, and so has COVID-19 taught us a lesson. For COVID-19, if not for the intervention and how God used, for divine providence, how God used Dr. Stella Adadewo to handle the case of the Ebola virus that happened in Lagos. That's one Mr. Patrick Sawyer that was admitted in Lagos for malaria. If not for the high index of suspicion that, of this, very noble doctor, who discovered that, look, this man had actually come from an epidemic, from an epidemic zone, and then presenting with a constitutional symptom that is similar to malaria. She was the one that insisted that that man should not be discharged. And for that singular effort, herself and 11 other staffs of that hospital paid dearly with their life, but for the salvation of the country. And in the whole, at the end of the day, out of over 100 individuals that died from the case of Ebola, out of the 268,000 people, only 20 died in Nigeria. And then we'll come to COVID-19 experience, our COVID-19 experience. Unfortunately, the Secretary to Government of the Federation? Yeah, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, said they didn't know that our health system had deteriorated to this level, as bad as it was then. So, health security becomes a very important issue. And one that is very close to us here is Lassa fever. Lassa fever in those days used to be very insignificant. And I'm sure the people in our will know. In those days, 10, 15 years back, it used to be only limited to us, and probably we record maybe very few cases, sometimes 5, 10, and mortality maybe 1, sometimes we don't even have mortality. But right now, it's all over the state, and our case fatality rate is about more than 11%. So out of every 100, 11 is likely to die from Lassa fever. So before I leave here, so that I can rush quickly, I also want to talk about the enablers, which I think is relevant to what I will be saying next. And that is digital data and digitalization and financing, and then culture and talent within the MDAs. Yes, this is what they want to do. Use basic healthcare provision program. The basic healthcare provision program is a program that was founded in the National Health Act of 2014 that makes it mandatory for government to expend 1% of its consolidated revenue on PHC in Nigeria. Now, they want to leverage this fund, improve on it, and see how they can improve the PHC in order to be able to deliver all of these interventions that they intend to undertake. And then secondly, to also promote healthcare industrialization. And I think this is one area that will be very useful for us. This is, let me skip this. Now, how do you fit into this system? Okay, how do you fit into this system? For you, as graduates that are coming to, that are, you know, leaving the four wall of this institution today, one, I want to congratulate you. And the reason why I am congratulating you is because the Institute of Public Health Professional is taking you up from the start, from the scratch. We didn't have that opportunity. It's going to give you a lot of advantage, and I think that you should leverage that advantage that the Institute will be providing for you as members of this institution. One of the things that I think you should also begin to think about as you leave the four wall of this institution is how you can fit into the new health system reform and be relevant. One is to develop yourself, develop skills in ICT that are relevant to the health sector. Today we are talking about programming. The health sector has moved from where it was, and a lot of things are changing. AI and data science is becoming more and more relevant in the health system, both in public and private health system. Among the development partners, AI and data science is becoming more and more relevant. I think that it's good, it will be good for you to key into this and begin to learn how you can, and begin to see how you can develop your skill to be relevant in this area. Also, programming and database administration is also one area that I think you can leverage as public health expert, because it makes your job easy. You can think and think relevantly to the health system. Other thing that I think you should also do to be able to fit into the system going forward is also monitoring and evaluation programs and projects. Now, there are master's program in monitoring and evaluation. I don't know if we have it in this institution, but I think it's a good thing that we should begin to look at master's level, you know, at master's level, sir. Then I think also that you should invest, if you know, for those of you who are from the higher socioeconomic class, I think that production of health commodity and consumables will be very good as well. You know, looking at the value chains. Today, we have a lot of gaps when it comes to production of very simple things. Ordinary waste bags that are supposed to be used in the hospitals are imported, and we buy them in the hospital. Hand sanitizer, spirits, cotton wool, and some of these other consumables can be very relevant. Look at where you are going to key in and then see how you can be of benefit. I will also advise you to advance your academic education in public health. Biosecurity is one. There are lots of gaps in these areas that I feel that you can actually fill in. Health system research is also another one. Health informatics, maternal and newborn child health are areas that you can key into, and a lot of investment is going into this. And just about 2 weeks ago, the United States AIDS closed their a grant opportunity, about $80 million for starters in public health who are willing to be innovative in public health. $80 million. And I think that this is an opportunity. Unfortunately, it has closed and it's going to run for 5 years. And the intention is for them to be able to encourage young people who are coming into public health practice to be able to develop something and see how they can solve, you know, public health problems. What must government do? Well, this is my recommendation to government, even though I'm part of government. We must change our health financing model to performance-based. A lot of funds we have spent, you know, ab initio from the past has always been focused on input financing. We procure, and that is the root of corruption in the public health service and in public procurement. Procuring for themselves, by themselves, at the level of the authority. You know, of course, create room and loopholes for people to enrich themselves anyhow. So if we go into performance-based financing, we'll be driving resources directly to those who are actually providing the services. At the health facility, Basic Health Center, Isaikwen, Basic Health Center, Igboroko, drive the fund directly to those places because they are the ones that are treating the people and they know exactly what the people need. They will not buy 10 cartons of paracetamol when they only need one. If it's a central procurement, of course, they will send them paracetamol when they needed amoxicillin. So this is one area that I think that if we grant managerial and financial autonomy to health facilities, we'll also begin to see very great improvement because people will now take responsibility and drive innovation. Another thing is to develop marketable health investment portfolio for private sector participation, both in health services and product manufacturing. We also need to entrench accountability and transparency in the operation of the health system as a whole, because that's the only way you can gain the trust of people and investment of investors. We must facilitate development of community-driven sustainable development plan for PAC. We must allow community to develop solutions to their own problem. Facilitate and then finance and support with finance. Another thing is also digitalization of our health system management. Disease surveillance is also very important. We must deliberately invest in health infrastructure, equipment, and technology, and develop human resource for health as well. Finally, in conclusion, it is true and evidently so that all past reforms in Nigeria have failed to achieve the quality of health care that the people desired. Perhaps because the people have not always known that health of one is the health of all. And deliberate promotion of another person's health is actually promotion of your own health. And finally, to shape the type of public health that we need and that we desire, we need to reorientate our mindset from being ordinary stakeholders in health, but to also become shareholders in health. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Please, if you are jamming those hands together, jam them properly for such a wonderful lecture properly delivered by our guest lecturer. Thank you very much, sir. And as he has rightly said, our to be inducted public health practitioners are to develop ICT skill, monitoring and educational program skill, produce health commodities and consumables, and pursue advanced public health. Thank you very much for that wonderful lecture, sir. Another round of applause for the guest lecturer. Apparently, you are an international person. You've gone far and wide. So I want to beg, sir, maybe when next you are going, if I'm not too big for your box, you can try and squeeze me so that I can also be referred to as an international MC. Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on, permit me to invite to this podium the Vice Chancellor of this wonderful university, the Vice Chancellor at Achievers University.
The management team, to appreciate as the Roman philosopher Seneca said, as is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but life's tale is one that has meaning and that you can make impact. Congratulations to the inductees on taking this first step. The journey ahead will not be, especially when you apply yourself.
Thank you very much. Without wasting much of our time, let me stand on the existing protocol. May God give you strength, good health. Thank you very much. And to our Vice Chancellor, she's a mother, a woman of worth and candor. I've had the privilege of having discussion with her. And of course, normally, you know, women are disciplinarian. And we saw this in your students. Before we go to any institution, the office normally create a WhatsApp group for them so that we interact with them. The discipline is there. No unwarranted messages on the WhatsApp group. And for you, the inductees, our guest speakers he advised you that you should up your game. Let me tell you this. The scheme of service in Nigeria does not recognize BSc in public health. I tell people wherever I go for ceremony, please take a step further and go for your master in public health. And to add value to this university, I was so impressed when I entered here. We are going to put the university on our website. It's our university together. We are part and parcel of this university. So that there will be more awareness both locally and internationally. We want this auditorium to be filled with inductees. I should not drop this microphone without appreciate our HOD, who I refer to as a workaholic, Dr. Mrs. Akinola. She's a perfectionist, a workaholic. We pray for strength for you too. And like I was saying, to add value to this institution, when we get back to Abuja, we'll see how we can plan an event here that is going to draw participants across Southwest. It can be 2 days workshop, 3 days workshop, and of course, we know what is going to be multiplier effects to the university. Thank you very much. In our meeting, we decided that the Vice Chancellor of this university should be honored with the fellowship of this institute. Because of time, we may not. Okay. Yes, and again, most of the institutions we have a relationship with, we present a corporate member award to the institution. We present corporate membership award to institution. I need good picture. And Dr. Akinola, I want to have this picture. You can see as if we have taken a measurement.
Professor
On behalf of the Governing Council, African Institute of Public Health Professional, I present this award to you, a meritorious award as a fellow of African Institute of Public Health Professional towards a selfless contribution to healthcare development and safety of mankind in Nigeria, your country, and in Africa. Thank you very much.
Professor Irioye Melani o eyawo agede igba itere o fún oríire òní o Professor Irioye Melani o ọ̀nà ire igba itere o Professor Melani o mo kẹ́kù oríire.
This is a corporate membership award to Achiever University. Achiever is part of us.
Professor Irioye Melani o ọ̀nà ire ìyígbà ìtẹ̀rẹ̀ o. Olórí ìwé Melani o ọ̀nà ire ìyígbà ìtẹ̀rẹ̀ o. Professor Irioye Melani o ọ̀nà ire ìyígbà ìtẹ̀rẹ̀ o. Professor Amabayoni o ọ̀nà ire ìyígbà ìtẹ̀rẹ̀ o. Professor Amakanku oríire o ọ̀nà ire ìyígbà ìtẹ̀rẹ̀ o. Professor Amarabayoni o ọ̀nà ire o ìyígbà ìtẹ̀rẹ̀ o.
Yes, we have two fellows from the department that we are still going to honor with the fellowship award. No, the fellow. So, the HOD is going to be honored too.
Kóríbá ti san o ọmọ ṣàkàwé. Kóríbá ti san o ọmọ ṣàkàwé o mámú tèmi ṣàkàwé ọ̀la ọ̀rà mi. Kóríbá ti san o ọmọ ṣàkàwé. Kóríbá ti san o ọmọ ṣàkàwé o mámú tèmi ṣàkàwé ọ̀la. Mi kóríbá ti san o ọmọ ká ṣàkàwé. Kóríbá ti san o ọmọ ṣàkàwé o mámú tèmi ṣàkàwé ọ̀la ọ̀rà mi. Kóríbá ti san o ọmọ ṣàkàwé. Kóríbá ti san o ọmọ ṣàkàwé o mámú tèmi ṣàkàwé ọ̀la. Orí mo sàn ó sàn orí tèmọ́ mà sàn o. Kóríbá ti san o gé dára ká san o. Orí gèdè ń máa sá ọ̀rà mi o. Professor Irioye orí rọ́sà. Orí tẹ̀rọ máa sá. HOD your public health kú oríire mi o. Yèmi o orí tẹ̀rọ sá. Orí tẹ̀rọ sá. Èrò yà wá wo ẹ̀mà wọn nẹ́nu kàrà mi o. Ọ̀nà òyì ẹ̀ngẹ́ mẹ́rẹ̀ o. Ó sá o, orí tèmọ́ mà sá.
On behalf of the Governing Council,
orí tèmọ́ sá.
I present this meritorious award to you, Dr. Mrs. Ajoke Akinola, as a fellow of African Institute of Public Health professional, towards a selfless contribution to health care development and safety of mankind in Nigeria, your country, and all over Africa. Congratulations. The last but not the least, we are having Oluwagbemi. Dr. Oluwagbemi Ebon.
Orí wá ṣẹ́gun ni o. Orí wá ṣẹ́gun ni o bá mi. Ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ o. Orí wá ṣẹ́gun ni o rá mi o. Professor Irioye Makunrin Roni o Yoma, the first female professor of Ashiva University, Vice Chancellor. We will put
Yes, on behalf of African Institute of Public Health, on behalf of African Institute of Public Health Professional Governing Council, I present this. You remove your muffler. Yes, put new one on top. I think you should come up. Come up here. No, me. Okay, then it means. Exactly. Okay. Share this and return the remaining one to me. Just give me one first. Sorry. Are you set? Are you set? Taking the oath, you are going to sign your name up, sign, then date and return to the HOD. So we are taking it back to Abuja. Can we go? Therefore, please, therefore, as a member, hi, your name. Pledge to conduct myself professionally with truth, fairness, and responsibility to the public. To foster the highest standard of professional competence among those whom I am responsible. To enhance the proficiency institute. To have a positive duty at all institutes. To have a positive duty at all times. To respect the truth and shall not disseminate false or misleading of ethics of the Institute, that I made this pledge in good faith and in accordance with the policy of the Institute. So help me God. So help me God. So from that I up, signature, then date. Let me not fail to mention that they went through and we consider them worthy. They wrote exam. That congratulations, they have been doing that with Shiva University's house. And return to Dr. Mrs. Akinola. Thank you very much.
Hello came in green gown, and today she will be marching out with black and white gown. I think
for BSc program Public Ed 2023-2024 class. And that one goes to Ms. Igba Ifeanyi Roots. Okay. The next one is award of most supportive students, and that one goes to Kolawole Akindotun Richard. Kolawole Akindotun Richard. So, on behalf of the department, okay. This award is the students are appreciating the VC. I mean, as appreciation for your efforts in seeing us through. Thank you very much.
Methodology and ethical principle in scientific research. Thank you.
Our academic and personal journeys. Today we are not simply marking an achievement. We are recognizing the potentials within each of us to make a difference, to lead, and to grow. This ceremony is a moment of reflection, not just on how far we've gone, but on each of us different difficult challenges. We have demonstrated the qualities of resilience, commitment. We stand on the shoulders of those who have guided us, our lecturers, our mentors, families, and friends. To the educators who have shaped our minds and encouraged us, our families, thank you for your unwavering support, love, and sacrifices that have helped us every step of the way. Without you, none of this would be possible. We must now take everything we have learned and apply it to make the world a better place. As we begin this journey, we are not just individuals. We are community, a community that is built on the principle of mutual respect, empathy, and support. A community that is dedicated to lifting each other up, to encouraging each other to reach new heights, and to celebrate each other's successes. Let us remember that we will face challenges. We will stumble and we will fall. But let us remember that we have the strength, the resilience, and the determination to rise again, to learn from our mistakes and emerge stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. As we transition to the next phase of our journey, I would like to leave this message for my younger colleagues. Remain focused. Approach every challenge as an opportunity to to look forward to learning about your future successes. Wishing you every success as you advance in our academics. I offer my heartfelt congratulations to my fellow inductees. I thank you all. Long live Achievers University. Long live the Public Health Department.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for Igba Ruth. We recognize the presence of the former head of the Department Public Health, Dr. Agofure. You're welcome, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, may I invite the registrar to give the vote of thanks. Reverend Canon S.B. Oladimiji.
The Vice Chancellor, to give the vote of thanks in this first induction ceremony of public health graduates of this great institution. First of all, I thank God Almighty for the grace He has given unto us to be here to witness this joyous occasion. All glory and honor we give back to Him. We want to thank the Pro-Chancellor in absentia for his support for that department. I also want to thank the Vice Chancellor, Professor Omolola Irioye, and the Deputy Vice Chancellor and other principal officers for their support and for attending this ceremony. Let me thank the registrar of the African Institute of Public Health Professionals, Dr. Ayodele, for coming to induct our graduates, and most especially for the award of fellowship to the Vice Chancellor and the award of corporate award given to the university. We say thank you so much, sir. God bless you. Let me thank the guest lecturer, son of the soil, Dr. Olugbenga Aladeniyi, for doing justice to the lecture. Thank you so much, sir. I thank the Dean, Faculty of Allied Health Sciences, Professor A.O. Hassan, and all other faculty officers in that department. We thank all our parents that are here seated, and I congratulate you for witnessing this joyous occasion of your children. May you reap the fruit of your labor over these children in the name of Jesus. I want to thank the chairman of Friends of Ashiva, Honorable S.S. Adenegan, for your patience. You were here in the morning, you are equally here now. We thank you so much, sir, for your interest and support for this university. We want to thank the faculty members headed by, the department headed by Dr. Mrs. Ajoke Akinola. We want to thank you and we congratulate you for the award that you have received from the African Institute of Public Health. We want to thank our Ashiva Cultural Group for your entertainment. Thank you very much. And we thank all our invited guests from all over the country. And we wish all of you journey masses back to your different homes. Once again, I thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. A round of applause for the registrar. We also appreciate the registrar of this university. So a quick announcement to the newly inducted public health practitioners. Please endeavor to pick up your induction certificate at the HOD's office immediately after the procession. Daddies and mommies, boys and girls, newly inducted public health practitioners, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, shall we rise for the university anthem?